Hair by Chrissy is coming on the internet and bullying her clients. Hey everybody, if you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all things internet drama. And if you're a returning subscriber, make sure you click that notification bell so you never miss a video. In today's video, we're going to be having a look at the unfolding and recent drama between Hair by Chrissy and a creator that goes by the username Not Famous. Hair by Chrissy is a very popular hairstylist who has over 3.5 million followers on TikTok alone. She's known for doing hair extensions on influencers and other young followers, and she's also known for some pretty shady business practices, including charging her clients over $4,000 for her services. Haley, or Not Famous, is a creator that just wanted to go get her hair done. She was trying to achieve a certain level of blonde, wanted to get her extensions moved up, and just have an overall great experience with a hairstylist that she looked up to. But unfortunately, nothing that she wanted is what she actually got. So she decided to come on the internet and give her honest review from someone who is not famous, and it turned into an all-out TikTok war between her and Hair by Chrissy.
Get your hair done. It's a little bit overwhelming because everyone's kind of grabbing your hair everywhere. There's like 10 people around you, and Chrissy's nowhere to be found. I don't know. Obviously, she has a lot of followers and a lot of people are coming to get their hair done by her, but it was a little bit disappointing to pay the price that I did for the service. I think she might have touched my hair for 60 seconds. I'm being so genuinely honest with you. And here's the receipt.
Let's have a look at this receipt. So on the top item, it says Chrissy service, which is $2,974. Girl, for 60 seconds, your hands must be lined with gold. Coconut cream. Okay, so I'm assuming that's the hair extensions, which, by the way, we're going to get into that, but Chrissy basically forces this girl to buy these extensions. $570, whipped cream. Okay, 22 inches. Okay, so yeah, those are hair extensions, $456. 7-second detangler cost $40.50. Shampoo, $32. Treatment, $44. Repair serum, $36. For a subtotal of $4,152 and some change. Ew. Something that really stands out about this is not only just the overall incredibly embarrassing prices that Hair by Chrissy is charging, but why are the taxes only $14? Hello, that doesn't make any sense. The other thing that is really, really strange to me is the service fee, Chrissy's fee. Because you're going to hear later in the video that Chrissy doesn't actually do Haley's hair, which is really strange. I want to know more about this. What does the $2,974, because that's such a random number, what does that include? Does that include her just looking at your hair for a few seconds and telling the assistants what to do? What does that mean? I have questions about that. But overall, over $4,000 to get your hair done is absolutely ridiculous. I know hair extensions are very expensive. I've had hair extensions for a while now. I could not imagine paying this amount of money for hair extensions. That is ridiculous. Not only that, but I'm wondering how many grams of hair does she have? Right now I have about 170 grams of hair, maybe. Yeah, I would say about 160 to 170 grams of hair. And I didn't pay anywhere near this. So how many grams of hair does she have? Her hair still looks kind of thin even after the extensions. I know you can't really tell, but I have a lot of hair. There is a lot of hair on my head, and it is very, very long. You guys can't really see, but my hair is super, super long. Hello? And I did not pay anywhere near that amount of money. Girl, that is diabolical. That, Chrissy should be ashamed of herself. And you're going to see why later, but these prices don't make any sense. And there might be a reason why Chrissy is charging not famous clients this amount of money.
So that is just the price of Chrissy touching your hair. And when I tell you she touched my hair for 60 seconds, I'm restating this because I don't think it's talked about enough. When you're not famous and you go to Chrissy, she doesn't actually spend time on your hair. You'll walk in, she touches your hair, asks you what you want, then she tells everyone what to do on your hair. But the problem is when you have 10 people pulling your hair every way and like dyeing your hair, they're all kind of on different pages. So I'm gonna show you my inspo pic. Definitely don't think it met my expectations. I didn't really notice a difference in the color from before. Like my roots are pretty still dark. I did ask for a shadow root like the photo, but I don't know, it just didn't meet my expectations how I was expecting it to with the price that I paid. But again, you're never 100% gonna be happy and it's never gonna 100% be perfect. So it's how you really lay it out in this situation, I guess. I feel like I'm just more upset about the fact that I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get my hair done by Chrissy, and it wasn't even Chrissy who did my hair. She spent less than 60 seconds on my hair. Overwhelming. And when I tell you there's so many famous people in there, there was 3 girls filming a TikTok, and then there was other people getting the makeup done. When I was trying to leave, there was literally a girl filming a TikTok in front of the door, and I couldn't even get out for 2 minutes because she was just filming a TikTok. So I feel like it was very just TikTok land and very I don't know. It's so cute. I think it's so cute. But it definitely wasn't my cup of tea because I just felt overwhelmed and there was a lot going on and there was 20 people grabbing my hair. They curled my hair in a minute because everyone had a curler. 10 girls around me having a curler, just pulling your hair. Overall, I really love my hair and I just wanted to be honest with you guys because I've never seen someone do a video like this. It's definitely a very hot topic right now about hair by Chrissy. I've been seeing it all over my page. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my honest opinion and bye guys.
When I watched that video in its entirety, I don't see anything that stands out to me that is wrong. Anything that she said that could be perceived as an attack, as trying to come for your business or come for you as a hairstylist. So I don't understand why this drama has gone as far as it has. It's still unfolding now. There's still updates and all kinds of things going on with different hairstylists coming in to save the day. But are they really saving the day? We don't really know. There's just so much going on with that story. But there's nothing in this video that could be perceived as something that makes a hairstylist want to go out and launch a full-on, in my opinion, smear campaign against this creator. And I'm not trying to throw shade because one thing I don't do is I don't get my hair blended into my extensions. But if you're paying over $2,900 to a stylist, to, in her own right, a celebrity stylist, the least she could do is blend the girl's hair into her extensions. She didn't do that. And listen, maybe this creator didn't want her hair blended or anything like that. But if you're paying over $4,000, it should at least be offered. And I don't think Chrissy's offering that service. I don't think she's doing anything but the bare minimum and charging top dollar. And others on the internet had the same or similar questions. Why would you pay that much money? Girl, how did you even have that much money? So Haley comes back on the internet. She does a part 2 of the video and she goes into more detail. And if you thought it was bad, well, it's going to get way, way worse.
Guys, if you were upset about the last video about my honest review on Hair by Chrissy and you were like, what the heck, you're in for one for this. So basically what I texted her assistant was that I wanted to move my extensions up and then dye it the color of my inspo pic, and here's my inspo pic. And here's the text that I have between the girl. The girl is saying that the new price of extensions can range from $3,500 to $4,500. And I'm saying, oh no, like I want to use my extensions that I have. And she was just like, oh, well, we can't dye them, like it might not come out to the exact inspo pic. And I was like, okay, that's fine, we can just lighten it up. So the day comes that I show up to Chrissy. I knew that the price was gonna be in the 1000s just for the color and the move up, which I was fine with because I've been searching for a good hairstylist for a while, and I thought Chrissy might be my new one. But I showed up with actually brand new extensions that I've had for a while. Because I was like, you know what, maybe just like she doesn't want to move them up because she thinks they're old or something. So I brought these brand new ones, and she opened them up. She was just like, no, these are not good. Like this is too yellow. And mind you, like,
Okay, wait a minute. There's a couple things going on in this video. First of all, what is Chrissy talking about? They can't dye extensions. I remember when I first got extensions and they were like a little off. They were a little yellow, like she's talking about. Like, and I took them to my daughter's stylist. I was like, hey, is it possible we can color match the extensions to my hair? Is that possible? They're like, yeah, no problem. So I don't know what she's talking about. And not only that, but what is Chrissy talking about that these extensions that this creator has are not good? So if you don't know anything about extensions, Bellamy hair extensions are some of the best hair extensions out on the market. And if she didn't think that those extensions were good enough for whatever reason, well, we're going to get to the reason why in a minute. But why would she open the box? If you know anything about hair extensions, which maybe you don't, and that's fine. But if you open a package that has hair extensions in it, you have lost the ability to exchange or return those extensions. So the fact that Chrissy opened those extensions herself is really weird, really shady. And in my opinion, she should be paying this creator back for opening the extensions. And she should also be giving the creator a refund, but we'll get to that later too.
They literally look the same. They literally look the same. Like, they look even brighter and more like my inspo pic. But there was 4 to 5 girls standing around me telling me that it was ugly. They weren't saying that it was ugly, but like they were saying with their words, like things around it. And it was making me feel really bad. So I said, okay, look, Chrissy, like I'll buy the extensions if you can promise me it's gonna look exactly like the inspo pic. And she was like, yes, 100%. It's gonna look exactly like it. Just let us take over. So I was like, okay. And in my mind, I knew that it was gonna be in the 4,000s, anywhere from the 3,500 to 4,500 range. And I just told myself, like, this is what I've been wanting. I've been wanting my hair to look this bright, and no one's been able to achieve it for me. So I dropped multiple bands because I thought it was gonna be my perfect hair. And when they were blow drying my hair, I was just so disappointed. I was so disappointed. I was just like trying to breathe. There was so much going on around me. I didn't like my hair. I knew I was losing so much money. And the girls around me were like, oh, it looks exactly like the picture. And I just knew that it didn't. And so not only did I feel like they were being fake, but like they bullied me into buying new hair, which made me feel really terrible about myself. And then at the end, this is the worst part because this sent me over the edge. When I was paying, I'm gonna insert the receipt again. You can see all the charges of like the serum, the shampoo, the conditioner, the detangler. I had no idea that I bought that. Because when I tell you, I was so overwhelmed. There was everyone like filming videos. Everyone was doing everything. Everyone was everywhere. Here, like Chrissy literally like shoved all of this in the bag and said, here you go. And then the girl at the front rang me up for it. And I was like, oh, maybe this is like complimentary. Like, I don't know. Like, no, honey, you're buying that now. This is like over $100 worth of stuff. And I love these products. I use them every day, but like, really, like, I don't know. It was definitely, it was interesting to say the least. So that is my part 2. And yeah, it's pretty crazy, but I'm glad everyone's agreeing with me that this is crazy because I kind of was a bit hesitant to speak out about it because so many famous people go to her. But yeah.
After these videos, Chrissy came on the internet and basically started a full-on campaign against Not Famous. She was basically posting video after video, story after story after story, basically throwing shade at this creator and her giving her honest review, which everybody has the right to do when they go get a service from someone. The original clips have been taken down off of TikTok by Chrissy and her team, but Not Famous was able to respond to some of these videos in a video that she made. So we're going to have a look at that clip and tell me what you think. Do you think Chrissy's being shady? I think she is.
Okay, I decided to make a part 3, so let's get into it. Yes, Chrissy does hair. Yes, Chrissy cuts hair. Being a woman. Yes, Chrissy curls hair. The problem is she does one curl and walks away. The problem is she does one cut, walks away. In the video, you can literally see it. Like, you can literally see it. So I'm going to explain step by step of what Chrissy did because it's making me mad now. It's actually making me mad, and I never wanted to make part 3. I just want to be done with it. But listen, okay? So I walked in there. Obviously, she was like, all right, those extensions, no. And then they brought out the new extensions. She never, like, held them up or anything, how they do in, like, all those, like, famous people's videos, which, whatever. But then when they were coloring my hair, I think she stopped by. She did something in the front. She did one foil, walked away. So we're probably at, 20 seconds now? And then I think she came back for a part in the back. She did something in the back for, like, 10 seconds. So that's 30 seconds now. And then I went over to the bowl. They washed me out. And she came over, said, use N4 or something, a toner or something. Walked away. So that's 35 seconds probably. Then they were like, she came over, looked at my color, was like, looks good or something, then walked away. But she's not actually, like, doing anything. She's just, like, telling everyone what to do, and she's not actually doing it. I don't know why I feel the need to explain myself, but yeah. Then I will say she cut all of my hair, but it was, like, 15 seconds. Like, she was like, oh, how do you want your hair cut? She put everything in the front, and then she cut it like that, and then she walked away and said, curl her up. She never curled my hair. She didn't style it. I was never asked, how do you want your hair styled? They just put me in rollers and curled my hair and sent me on my way. So, yes, Chrissy cuts hair, does hair, curls hair, but if you're not famous, she doesn't do it for very long. And she did cut all of my hair. She did. She just blended it into my extensions, and it took her, literally, it was so fast. It was so fast. But yes, thank you, Chrissy, for cutting my hair.
I definitely think that Haley was being bullied or pressured, maybe not bullied, but pressured into buying the extensions. She was being gaslit into thinking that the extensions didn't match her hair. She was being gaslit into thinking that her hair looked fabulous. And it was very obvious that Chrissy, in my opinion, was giving mean girl vibes to Not Famous because she didn't like the review that she posted online. And she didn't like how viral it went. But what do I know? I mean, I'm not getting paid $2,900 to touch somebody's hair for 60 seconds. I think the response by Chrissy is just super weird. The video saying that she cuts, curls, and dyes hair is really weird. The creator never said that she didn't do any of those things. She just said that she didn't do them entirely. She said that her assistants did them. That video never should have been made. None of those videos ever should have been made. And if that wasn't bad, well, it's going to get even worse because some of Chrissy's clients decided to come on the internet and make videos of their own. In this next clip, you're going to see a video of an influencer who comes on in defense of Chrissy and makes a video that is directed for Not Famous, allegedly.
If you want it, take it. I should have said it before. Try to hide it. Take it. I can't pretend anymore. Ooh.
And at this point, I think Haley is done being nice. So she decided to come out with her own video to the same music, doing the same trend. And I'm here for it.
If you want it, take it. I should have said it before. Try to hide it, fake it. I can't pretend anymore.
And this next clip, Not Famous, is coming onto the internet to say that she is done being the nice girl. She is so tired of receiving all of the DMs and getting tagged in these videos that Chrissy had been making at this point. And you have to remember that Chrissy is way older than this creator. She is a business owner, and so many people look up to her. And the fact that this is the way she is deciding to handle this is super weird and gross.
Y'all saw me trying to stop the beef. You guys saw me being nice, genuine, kind. I'm no more Miss Kind anymore, okay? You guys have been sending me her videos, her reposts, her profile picture in my DMs. And it's just crazy because she did that after I made my sorry video and my kind video. Okay, so honestly, Chrissy, I'm so sorry that a peasant like me, came into your salon, sat in your chair, was unhappy with the way you treated me and my hair, and then made an honest review about it. And this is how you go about it? I am mind-boggled. I'm shocked. Like, she is literally a grown woman. You know what? It's probably her assistant's running it, though, so. It's probably her little 20-year-old assistant running it anyway.
In this next clip, Chrissy keeps going with her weird behavior toward this creator, and her posting this video could come back to haunt her if Not Famous decides to take legal action against her.
I just woke up and saw Chrissy's story and everyone's messages and comments, and this is crazy.
Congratulations.
When I checked Chrissy's story, I was genuinely shocked because she actually posted a normal person for once, which is crazy. But I'm kind of thinking it's because I have enough followers now, so yeah. Literally dropping a whole clothing line is crazy. That is literally insane. Oh my gosh, what did I do?
What do you guys think about Chrissy making this merch? I paid $4K for this. That is so weird. She was doing all kind of weird stuff during this time frame, and this is all in the span of like a day or two that Chrissy is coming out and doing all of these posts and making these videos, and it's so strange. And in my opinion, in that video, Haley, or Not Famous, doesn't look happy with her hair. She's not smiling. She doesn't look excited. She looks like she's on the verge of tears, or that she's maybe possibly holding back tears. You know, like my daughter's gotten her hair done before and she wasn't happy with how the color came out. And that's exactly how she looked. You know, I don't think she was happy with her hair. I think she was trying to be nice. It's very obvious, in my opinion, that this creator is like super nice, super like maybe a little naive, but so sweet and genuine. And all she was trying to do was come on the internet and share her experience. And in this next clip, you're going to get to hear from another former client of Chrissy's, and you're not going to believe how much she charged her for a haircut.
I got my hair done at Hair by Chrissy. I never wanted to make a post about it because I feel like I didn't have anything positive to say about it. It was just a very regular salon experience, whereas I was expecting a $900 highlight hair experience. I thought paying the $900 to get highlights was to get my hair done by Chrissy. Her assistants are literally like a year of experience, some of them. And I know that because I was asking them, how long have you been doing hair? Don't get me wrong. I understand that Hair by Chrissy probably has built her empire, but I think there just needs to be a little bit more transparency about who's doing our hair, especially because when I had talked to the assistant on the phone and then through our text messages, I was led to believe that Chrissy was the one doing my hair. I wanted Chrissy to completely transform my hair from anything that I'd done before. I was a newly postpartum mom. I'm also pregnant again, but I wanted to completely change my hair. I was just looking to do some change, especially being a postpartum mom. All the mamas out there know, like, you just want something different. So instead of that transformation that I was thinking I was gonna get, I walked into a salon that felt very cliquey, kind of like high school. I didn't love the energy there. I'm really sensitive to energy. It was like an assembly line. I walked in and I feel like everyone was looking at me like, okay, so who are you again? Like, what are you doing? And they were just kind of like, go over here, just do this. And it was honestly kind of weird. It was so crowded in the salon. I was there at 8 a.m. It was just basically an assembly line. Chrissy came over for 2 seconds. She basically was like, let's just do what you've been doing. I was so disappointed. All I wanted was a transformation, especially for $900. I told myself I would never pay $900 just for highlights unless it was with someone that truly was a master of the craft, was going to transform my hair. And unfortunately, that's not what happened because she worked on my hair for maybe 60 seconds. That was just for a trim. I honestly was so excited to go here. I was excited to have a fun experience. It looked so fun from all the videos I saw online, and honestly, it was so disappointing. And I feel so bad for people that literally save up the whole year. The girl that was sitting next to me talked about how she saved up all of her savings just to get her hair done here. Maybe it was a fun experience. Maybe that's just what she wants to do. But honestly, just go get your hair done at a normal salon, because this is a normal salon experience. I understand Chrissy charging her prices, like she has built a career and everything, but if she's not the one doing the hair, I just don't understand the high price. Also, she came over and trimmed my hair for maybe 30 seconds. It was more like a dust. I never get my hair cut. I usually just get a trim. She wanted to charge me $600 for that. I have gotten my hair done at Jay-Z Styles Salon for the last 8 years that I was in Utah. They never charged me for a trim, so I was truly not used to being charged for a haircut, let alone $600. I normally don't post content like this, but I just was really bothered. And maybe it's me being very pregnant right now. I just feel like really upset about the negative treatment of this girl, but I hope we can all do better. And also, if you are wanting to go to Hair by Chrissy, just understand what you're getting yourself into. It's very expensive. It's really just to be at that salon. That's what you're paying for. You're not really paying for, her experience. Her assistants were really sweet and nice. It's not like anybody's a bad person. I just think maybe there needs to be some more transparency.
What is, like, okay, wait a minute. Have you ever, maybe I'm wrong, but have you ever gone to a salon and done your consult and said, hey, I want to do A, B, and C, and then the hairstylist goes, oh yeah, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to do X, Y, and Z. Now, if you're trying to go from like a black box dye to a platinum blonde, okay, like girly pop, we can't do that. We have to do that in phases. Like, I understand that. But that wasn't the case in this situation. So why did the stylist think she knew better than the client? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Again, I understand extremes, but this wasn't the case of something super extreme. And where did she get off thinking that she could charge that much for a trim is so outrageous. I don't listen. Hair by Chrissy and Habit Salon do like extensions on influencers and things like that. That's fine. But she is not in the category of like an elite celebrity hairstylist. And I don't even think they would pay those prices. In this next clip, we're going to hear from a creator that is so upset about this TikTok drama that she gets her mom involved, who is a lawyer. And you're going to want to pay attention to what she says, because Hair by Chrissy may find herself in some legal trouble.
Biggest concern was, what was the disclosure before this person went into the salon to get services? Because there's specific requirements for licensed salons in the state of California and consumer protection laws are in place, there's a code section where a salon would have to post their pricing or their top 15 services and actually post it in the salon.
Haley had posted the receipts.
Right. And I looked at it and I'm thinking, okay, where's the disclosures? Are there disclosures on their website? Is there a disclosure in the salon? So when I pull up the website, I didn't see any pricing. But then when I found this code section, which would be applicable to the licensed salon, I couldn't tell in the pictures on Google if I couldn't see any specific pricing posted. Because I haven't been there, so can't say for sure. If you're handing somebody a bag of products, you would think that they would be told, okay, this is products that you're buying, this, and give them the pricing of each.
Do they have to agree to that before they reach the register? I guess is my question.
I think that just goes to disclosure. That's just shady business practices, or could be viewed as shady business practices. Yeah, especially if the fees are undisclosed or exorbitant. There's, price transparency laws. A business could err on the side of caution so they're not faced with not only this type of a situation, but being accused of ripping people off and possibly getting sued. I mean, that will pay a lot of money.
Let's look at the pricing section of Chrissy's contract that she posted on her TikTok story yesterday with no context. We don't know, with no signature either. We don't know who has agreed to this. Yeah, we don't know if Haley agreed to this. We don't know anything. I'm going to now read the very small fine print. I'm going to have my laptop against my face. Pricing. Prices vary between stylists and may increase based on stylist experience, hair length, density, and service time. It is the client's responsibility to confirm pricing before or during the appointment. There may also be
Stop having problems. Basically says, hey, we're not going to tell you what we're charging you unless you ask us. But then there's a law that says you have to post your 15 most common services. So it's kind of in contradiction unless they have this posted in their salon before somebody actually gets a service when they show up. I have a problem putting that on the consumer. I just think that's bad business practice. That would be the subject of a lawsuit because did they follow the disclosure laws? Because it's a gray area that cosmetologists don't have to necessarily give you the price for every single thing.
Let's talk about the media disclosure. We may ask permission to use your photo on social media platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and Pinterest. By signing this form, you grant Habit Salon and your stylist permission to use your image unless otherwise stated in writing. Image. So my issue with what's happening right now is Hair by Chrissy is posting these video clips of Haley being like 4K hair, 4K, whatever, just like making fun of her, right? Unless something was signed that we're not seeing here. She doesn't have consent to be doing that.
Well, according to her contract, the only consent she asked for said, we may use this as just a photo.
The video is a whole different ballgame, right?
According to her contract. Yeah. Everything gets analyzed if you were to go to court on something. What were the representations? What was said verbally? What was said in writing? And how are they interpreted?
In Chrissy's contract that she posted herself, a hair source policy. Habit only guarantees services using hair purchased through Habit Salon. If outside hair is used, we are not responsible for installation, coloring, removal, or upkeep.
But you think here it goes back to communication. Was she ever led to believe in any of the communications that she could do that?
And we don't know.
Because if they told her you can't, then why would she would have brought them?
So if that wasn't bad enough, you're going to find out in this next clip that it's actually against the law for a business owner to retaliate against you for a fair, honest review if it's done in good faith. And I think we can all agree that Haley, or Not Famous, came on the internet with no malice intent to just simply share her honest review from someone who went to Hair by Chrissy, who was not famous, and the experience that she had.
Business class, I remember that there's this law that protects consumers, and it's called the Consumer Review Fairness Act, which basically makes it illegal to punish a customer for leaving an honest review. So this is a federal law enforced by the FTC. So they are not allowed to fine, threaten, or retaliate against a client who posts a negative review, which is what the girl did. And it wasn't even negative. It was just like a review about her experience. If you're not an influencer, what it's like to go to Hair by Chrissy. This law makes it illegal to publicly shame or attack a customer for a review. So business cannot dox them, harass them, mobilize followers against them, mock or threaten them, leak their private info, or post about them in a retaliatory way. So in this law, what a business can do is they are allowed to clarify misinformation in a neutral professional language, ask the client to reach out privately, but what they cannot do is attack, shame, or retaliate or harass. So that's exactly what Hair by Chrissy is doing to this girl. Hair by Chrissy woke up and chose to attack this girl. Ways that Hair by Chrissy might have violated this law includes posting 30 plus videos in 24 hours defending herself, showing proof that she does hair in a retaliatory tone, which is what she's doing. She's using the faces of her big influencer clients to showcase, hey, look, I do hair. Look at me. And she literally just used Allison Kutch and Ariana Bierman as like shade and other big creators. And also posting merch that mocks unhappy customers, aka I paid $4K for this hair. Assistant or her posting screenshots of the conversation with the customer about the extensions and the pricing and all of that, publicly responding to a specific client, suggesting the customer caused the issue and implied blame towards the customer. Merch to mock unhappy customer is basically violating this law because it's a form of punishment and humiliation for leaving a bad review. Chrissy's a huge influencer and business owner, and so her actions are interpreted as weaponizing her platform against a client, creating public pressure against one reviewer, discouraging other clients from speaking up.
In this next clip, this poor girl, I want to set up this clip a little bit because she is using a heavy filter. But she went and had surgery on her nose for a deviated septum. She was not like trying to have rhinoplasty for like vanity reasons or anything like that. It was for a medical reason. So she does have a very heavy filter. Like, girly pop, sometimes you just need a filter. But she is addressing the fact that she is seeing these videos and she's starting to question if she should take legal action against Chrissy and Habit Salon. And girly pop, I think you should.
Okay guys, so this has been like a hot topic about like suing, and like there's been a lot of videos of people reaching out to lawyers and different things, and a lot of people are asking if I signed any consent to be posted, if I signed anything saying that Chrissy wouldn't be doing my hair, or any of those weird agreements that Chrissy's been posting, and the answer to that is no. I never signed for her to use my photos, my videos, nothing like that. I never signed any agreements, any fine print. I was never even sent any fine print. It wasn't even on the part where you put the deposit. I put a deposit down of $895 and there was nothing to sign. Literally, like, all I had to do was send her assistant the screenshot of the deposit. So to answer everyone's questions, I didn't sign anything, and now I'm actually genuinely considering suing because not only is she publicly bullying me and using my photos and videos in a place where I don't want my photos and videos to be used, and not only is she bullying me, but like everyone in the comments can see how disappointed I was after and how confident I was before. Like, she's just using my video at this point to like attack me and like she's put me in such a vulnerable position. And I literally just got out of surgery yesterday. Like, this is not the time. So I'm starting to get more upset as people are like figuring and catching on to these things, because this was never my plan at the beginning, but now I'm upset.
It's going to be really interesting to see if Not Famous decides to sue Hair by Chrissy, which, like I said before the clip, I think she should. I would be here for it. I would support it. But this story is ongoing. If you guys want to hear updates, make sure you let me know in the comments below. In this next clip, we're going to hear from the girl in Not Famous's inspo pic, and we're going to find out how she keeps her hair the color that Haley or Not Famous was going for, and it doesn't cost $4,000.
You don't know my face, but you definitely know the back of my head. Hi, I am your inspo photo. Here is the photo that I posted on my Instagram in 2024. And babe, I come with receipts. More from the same day. And just because I love you all so much, one more. And honestly, the biggest gag is I think I probably spend $50 a year to do my hair. I am naturally blonde, so in the summer, I just use the infamous sun-in to stay blonde. In the winter, when there's less sun, I use a literal $11 root touch-up kit from CVS, and that's it. Honorable mention to the purple shampoo that has been living in my shower for the past 5 years.
But what do you guys think about today's story? What do you think about Chrissy? Do you think she's bullying Not Famous? Do you think she just went way too far and we should forgive her? Or do you think that Not Famous or Haley should sue her, get all her money back and some? Because, girl, going after someone who is like in their early 20s, I couldn't imagine like a business owner with that many followers going after my daughter for giving a simple, honest review. That is so weird and strange to me. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. That's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you want to stay up to date on all things internet drama, make sure you like and subscribe. Until next time, do you like the new background? Let me know. Okay, bye.